This is the case of Ellison versus Johnson. You all have been together a total of 7 years, and you're recently married. Is that correct?
Yes, Sean.
All right, Miss Ellison, why have you brought your new husband to court today?
Because I am tired of him cheating on me with these BBW women, really BMW women, body made wrong. He's been lying, and I'm trying to be a good wife, and I'm sick of it.
So how does it feel to know that you have been accused of cheating?
It feels really hurtful, sir. I love my wife, my kids. You know, I'm here to prove my innocence today.
Okay, how long have you all been married?
About 3 months.
So you all should be honeymooning at this point.
Right, ma'am.
Take me to when you first met.
Actually, okay, it happened in July. It was hot. I had a bad day at work. We were in the grocery store. I was frowning, of course. He walked up to me and he said, "Hey, Miss Lady, let me put a smile on your face." And I said,
"Oh, that's a player."
Yeah,
Hey, Miss Lady.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I gotta write that one down.
Hey, man.
Did it put a smile on your face?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, you know, he said take you out to eat, go to the movies or something. About a week later, we did that. After that, we were inseparable. And we used to have, you know, host couples night. We played spades and dominoes. We won.
We were
all
always
the time.
dominant.
Yeah.
Always. We were always dominant.
Always dominant.
Always dominant.
You're a Trump type.
We always stood out.
Yeah, we did, you know. And actually, when we first met, we had been together maybe 2 months, and my mom said, "I think that's the man you're gonna marry."
So you went the old school route and got the mama on your side.
Hey,
He did.
So you
He
know.
did it.
Oh, yeah. Because he was the only guy, my mother wasn't like this. When she met him, she was like, That was huge. That my mother was like, she smiled and she liked him. And even my dad didn't pull out his gun on him. So I knew.
I had it going on.
Okay. Sure, Mr. Cutler. We'll go with that.
okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, what do you like about her?
I like everything about my wife, sir. You know, she's a good mother to my kids. She's a great wife. You know, she's a friend.
Best friend.
Smart mouth.
But you like that.
I
Yeah,
like
he
that
likes
though.
it.
You know,
Okay.
it's
A little fire.
feisty. Things I don't like about her, you know, I just hate
What you don't like?
accused of certain things.
All right, so why do you have a basis to accuse this man who seems to love and adore you?
So, about 2 weeks ago, we were just, you know, chilling, having date night. The kids were gone. He receives this phone call on Messenger, and he jumps up. "You have the wrong number." Nobody had said anything. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, who was that? Oh, I got the wrong number, babe. Okay. I waited till he wasn't paying attention. I went and called the number back. They picked up, and they were mouthing, "It's you," and blowing kisses and stuff like that. And so then she noticed, you know, because I was in a dark lighting. Then she saw it was me, hung up.
You were looking at the person?
Yeah, it was the video chat.
Ah.
Okay, Your Honor. Well, I said, babe, that's not me. You know, that wasn't for me. That was for my brother.
Like
you know,
I said, everybody's lying.
Which Your Honor, the lady even said that it was for my brother. Out of her
That
own
was a
mouth.
cover up from both of them.
Okay, cover up. Facts.
So,
Is this the only time your brother had a video chat on your phone?
Yes.
Oh, it's the only time?
All right. Is that your understanding that that's the only time this
No,
occurred?
I have call logs, and I brought those for the court today.
Okay. Ron, would you please get those?
Thank you, ma'am.
And Miss Ellison, could you please step to the monitor and describe what we're looking at, please?
Okay, as you can see, on March 3rd at 9:55 p.m., there was a call, the contact called. They stayed on the phone for 29 seconds. After that, it was 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Then Trent called them for 53 seconds. Then he called them, they didn't answer, it was a missed call at 11:17 p.m. Okay, then he missed the video chat at 1:18. And then they called right back at 1:19. Then he called them back, and they were on there for 47 seconds. As you can see, they're kind of trying to keep it short.
Very.
You know, yeah, very short. Then he called them twice, back to back at the same time.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, why are you calling this person back and forth and having these short chats?
She's sitting in the room with me. Goes outside, comes back with a video chat in her hand saying, "Why are you video chatting this girl?" I said, you just left me, baby. You know what I'm saying? How can I be video chatting this girl? You know what I'm saying? When me and you having a conversation, you know what I'm saying, the whole night, the whole time.
All right. So is your testimony that that's not you?
That's right.
Who's doing the video chat?
That's right.
And responding?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Ellison, what else did you do to investigate?
Well, as you can see, I called her back. She said this, your husband calls me all the time. Your husband called me that night.
That's inaccurate, Your Honor.
Why would she lie and say your husband?
That's inaccurate,
Okay,
Your Honor.
wait. What did you say to him after you had this conversation?
What is this? What's going on? Oh, that was my brother. Oh, this and that. Why would she lie on you?
Okay.
Okay, you can step back to your podium. Thank you. All right, Mr. Johnson, did you ever call her?
No, I did not.
You've never had contact with her?
I never had contact with her, you know what I'm saying, Your Honor.
Look at the monitor. Your husband calls me all the time.
Yes, Your Honor.
He called that night. So she's referencing the particular night where your wife answered the phone.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she's referencing that particular night and is saying, your husband called me that night and he calls me all the time.
I never called nobody.
So
I never called
did you know who
somebody
this woman
called me.
was?
Oh, come to find out, that's why she hung up. It was our former neighbor. We had just moved.
Coming up.
We had a fight that night. You know, he left. He didn't come back. So I was worried. Me and my friend, we went looking for him, riding around.
So that night, after this call, you all have a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone all night.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the next day you're looking for him?
Yeah.
And your friend sees him, and then what happens?
Then I pull up on him, you know, and he took off running. He had a box of chicken.
Okay,
He had a box of chicken and threw it down. Like, why would you spend your money and just throw your food down if you ain't doing nothing guilty? And, you know, so I went around to the other street and I, you know, kind of, you know, blocked him in. And I'm like, you know, what's up? He's like,
Wait. You did a Starsky and Hutch?
yes.
Okay, all right.
He know I'm not. I'm like, where you been? I ain't been with no woman. I have not said that. I asked you, where have you been? That was the first thing he said. So, I mean, you just told on yourself. It's like a 3-year-old saying, I didn't eat the ice cream with a mouthful of ice cream, you know?
All right, go.
Okay, Your Honor. As I'm walking home, I see her. And the car revs up. So, yes, I proceed to take off running. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hopped the fence. You know what I'm saying? Which I dropped my box of chicken. You know what I'm saying? She said, you been cheating on me?
I did not say that.
I said, no, you know. I said, babe, I love you. I haven't been cheating on you, babe. You know?
So where were you that night?
Right.
You know, I was gone with some friends, you know, just out, you know what I'm saying, partying.
What's
you know.
her name?
Male friends or female friends?
I'm male, you know.
No females involved.
Well, you know, my friends have female friends, but I wasn't with, you know what I'm saying, a female.
You're the
I was
only one
gone.
without a
Okay,
female.
so there were females there,
Yes, they were.
but there was no female associated with you.
That's right.
That's what you're telling us.
That's right, Your Honor.
Yeah, we supposed to believe that.
Okay, why didn't you tell her I'm out?
Me and her just had a dispute, you know, and I was really kind of mad about it, so I just left.
You call back and say, okay, I'm cooling out with my fellas. You don't let her stay up all night worrying. That wasn't very considerate.
Well, yes.
They just had an argument.
We just had an argument.
You know I'm not wrapped too tight.
But,
When you get an argument, people leave, you cool off. You don't call someone and say, hey, I'm cooling off. You just cool off. That's not realistic.
That's all.
Mr. Cutler,
Right.
let me just be very clear.
Be clear and realistic.
If you and I have a cooling off period and you stay out all night and you don't call me, it's gonna be real problems.
Well, okay, first of all, don't do anything to make me leave. So that's the first thing. Secondly, if I'm cooling off, the last thing I want to do is engage you because I might say something that I don't want to say.
I
get
understand.
that.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But you better come back with a box of chicken.
All right. Yeah, I'll come back with a box of chicken.
tried.
All right.
I did.
All right. What did you uncover?
Well, the first thing I uncovered was I went through his phone. It was looking kind of clean, but then I noticed he had a Dropbox on there, all right? And in his Dropbox, the only thing that was in there was a video, all right? This is that video.
So when was this video put in there?
That was approximately 8 weeks ago at 1:51 a.m.
Okay.
Wow.
So
This
good.
video shows a woman who appears to be twerking.
Yeah.
The very close-up video
Good.
of her derriere.
Look like
I mean, real close.
Who
Real
is it?
close-up picture of her derriere.
Could you identify who that woman was?
No, I could not. No, I could not.
All right. Mr. Johnson?
I can explain that.
All right. Let's hear it.
Mr.
That's my
Johnson,
wife.
what do you
Around the
say?
same time as the call off.
That's my wife, Your Honor. You know, she sent that to me.
No.
Did you send a twerking video
Yes.
to
No.
your husband?
Yes, she did.
I mean, I'm not mad at you
No.
if you
Yes, she
did.
did.
I mean, I have,
Yes,
but that wasn't me.
Yes,
that wasn't me.
Yes, she did, Your Honor.
No.
Okay, so you have sent twerking videos to your husband
I
before,
try to keep it
That's her,
secret.
no.
Yes, but
That's
that
her
wasn't
definite.
me.
but you're telling the court that that's not you in the video.
Yes, it is.
That's around the same time
Definitely.
as the call off.
It's
Like, I
definitely-
mean,
It's definitely her.
Okay, here's the thing. I know my own twerking,
That's right.
okay.
and I know my own behind.
That's right, y'all.
If your wife is saying it's not hers, I gotta believe it's not hers.
That's
You know
her.
my own derriere too.
That's her.
So, Mr. Evans, did you find anything else?
Oh, yes, I did. I brought in these 4 photos here.
All righty. This is a photo of a woman nude from the waist up. And this is definitely not your wife. This is a photo of a woman in the bathroom, nude, a side back pose. And then we have 2 pictures of a woman's privates.
Very, very close up.
Very
All in
close
phone?
up. Very close up. Can you explain?
How do you? That was your brother too.
And when were these recovered?
They range from April to June
That they were received.
on to the
Around
phone.
the time
Yeah.
of those calls.
All right. So, Mr. Johnson, do you know these women?
These.
Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you know?
How many different women are there?
It's only one.
It's one woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is my wife.
That is not.
Which is my wife.
Okay.
Would you hand these to Miss
Picture-
Allison?
May I see, Your Honor?
Is that you in
No,
those photos?
it's not.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
No.
Thank you. I paid for these nails.
Not mine. Not on my hand.
All right. Mr. Johnson, who is the woman in those photographs?
It's my wife.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, this is your opportunity. And let me just tell you this. It is better for you to tell your story than one of our experts.
That's right.
So I'm going to say to you and ask you one more time, do you have something you need to tell your bride? And literally your bride, because y'all ain't been married but a few months.
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
The good news is we've ordered a polygraph examination for Mr. Johnson. Ron, would you please escort into the courtroom Mr. Kendall?
Mr. Johnson, the truth is going to set you free one way or the other.
Ms. Ellison, you got your hand on your hip.
I'm trying to keep him from going anywhere else.
Mr. Johnson indicates you're being deceptive with that response. Mr. Johnson, what do you want to say to your wife?
I want to tell my wife I love her.
That can't be love.
I just want to work things out with my family.
How can you work things out and you aren't being truthful? You are being deceptive.
I'm being truthful.
How can you stand there and say you haven't done anything?
Well, Your Honor, you know, like I say, I did see someone else, sir. Did, mingle with other people or, talk to someone else, sir,
All right, you use the word see somebody else, mingle, talk to someone. What about the sexual intercourse?
Well, yes, sir, I did have sexual intercourse with someone.
Okay, so you saw, you mingled, you talked, and you had sexual intercourse with someone.
Yes, sir.
I'm betrayed.
I just want to tell my wife that, I love you, and I apologize for those things, and they won't happen again.
I know.
Miss Ellison, you should feel you're in a relationship that is trustworthy, where you feel secure, where your heart is secure. And I don't know if this is that place. But I can say to you that if you want to work it out, we have resources to help you do that. If you're